Hello everyone, this is Paukshte Fashion Workshop. I remind you that we post new videos every day. Today I'm going to talk to you about cutting on a bias. I promised to show you how to sew a dress or a nightshirt cut on a bias. Today I'm going to show you how to make a nightdress. I've already showed you a nightgown. Watch the video about it if you haven't done it yet. Have a look at the fabric. This is 100% natural silk. It's knitted. The fabric is very thin. It's soft to the touch. I've decided to sew a garment that I can use both as a dress and as a nightshirt. It will be flared. You often ask me what I think about cutting on a bias. I know that many people don't even imagine how garments cut on a bias look like. I must warn you, such garments are not close-fitting, even if they are not white. Garments cut on a bias are supposed to be loose. It's difficult to make tucks in such items and make them fit you. If you want a garment to be more close-fitting, you can make a waist seam and double it with the interfacing material. Blouses cut on a bias look very pretty. They are not as heavy as the dresses, and they fit very nicely and smoothly. I love blouses cut on a bias. I think that they look very beautiful. What I like about them the most is that they hide the parts of my bodies which I want to be hidden. The most important thing when cutting on a bias is to lay the fabric on the table accurately. Find a corner and fold the fabric in half. Use a ruler to make sure that the edges are straight. Have a close look here. Distribute the fabric on the fold. Avoid making waves. You won't be able to get rid of them. The fabric should be folded at the 45-degree angle. Don't stretch or gather the fabric, this is very important. As I've already said, it's very convenient to work with the use of a ruler. Have a close look at the way I'm working. As I've already said, don't stretch or gather the fabric. It should be natural. Just make sure that you don't make any waves or folds. The fabric is ready. Let's have a look at the pattern. The length of the garment down from the waistline is 85 centimeters. I always tell you to start working with the neckline, but in this case, I'll start with the dart. I want to move it. Find the dart top and move the chest dart wherever you want. When using stretchy fabrics, I raise the dart tops by 2 centimeters. It would sag if I don't do it. I'm going to move the chest dart to the side seam. This is how the dart looks like now. I've moved the dart top 2 centimeters higher. Don't pay attention to this hole, just ignore it. I'll close the original opening. Watch what I'm doing. Do not forget to close the original opening with the sticky tape. As I've already said, the hole shouldn't be paid attention to. When you learn to work with darts and tucks, you will get endless possibilities for designing. You'll be able to sew anything you want. I need to make the shoulder a bit more bias. I'll cut about 5 millimeters. I want to make the front neckline 4 centimeters wider. The shoulders will be 6 centimeters wide. I'll also make the front neckline 13 centimeters deeper. The fabric stretches, so I'm not going to make the front neckline too deep. You can make it as deep as you want. Have a look at the armhole. When cutting the shoulders, make sure that you don't cut anything from the lower part of the armhole. This is a must. I'm drawing a smooth line, avoiding an accurate angle at the shoulder point. There will be no shoulder dart in the garment. I'll close the opening. There's no need for you to cut the shoulder dart. I did it just because it was made in the basic pattern. What should I do next? I need to match the shoulders and draw the back one according to the front one. You can make the shoulders as wide as you want. There is no need to measure or calculate anything now. I just outline the lines. These points don't match because of the dot opening. I'll also make the back neckline 11 centimeters deep on the center back. This is how the back neckline is going to look like. Have a look at the back armhole. Remember not to cut anything from the lower part of it. I'm cutting the back neckline. These points should be placed on the same distance from the center back and the center front. The width of the shoulders on the back and the front should also match. I show you a lot of different details and techniques. I really hope that you find my tutorials useful. I want us to be different and beautiful. This is what I'm here for. I'm working hard on making the video courses for you. 2 of my video courses are available now, 10 measurement cutting system and how to make a bomber jacket. What do you think about them? This is the center back. I'll sign it. I can move the pattern aside. Let's have a look at the front. You can make a deep neckline if you want. Put the pattern on the fabric in such way that the center front and the fold match. Do not forget about the seam allowance at the shoulder. I remind you that I'm making a flared garment. Don't worry if you don't have enough fabric for the flare. It happens pretty often. We'll just attach an extra piece here. Due to the fact that the garment is going to be flared, the dot opening is going to be made smaller. There is no need to make the waist tucks at all. Just ignore them. I'll make the first cut down from the dot top to the very bottom. Don't move the whole dot opening to one piece. It's not right to do it. Have a look here. I'll move the center front a bit. I'm doing it for the flare. Just for about 2 centimeters. I'll pin the pattern this way. Make sure that the fabric is accurate. The technique is similar to the one for making an A-line dresses. It's a little more difficult because of cutting on a bias. The dot opening is 11.5 centimeters. I'll check it. Right. If I make a 5 centimeter wide opening at the bottom, the dot opening will be made smaller, 10.5 centimeters. When making an opening at the bottom, you make the dot opening smaller. You need to be very attentive when cutting on a bias, and even more attentive when taking the details. Everything must be done carefully. If you shift the fabric, you can easily spoil the garment. Make sure that you don't stretch or gather the fabric while taking it. If the garment is flared, the side seam should be straight, with no tuck in it. The length of the garment down from the waistline is 85 centimeters. I'll make 2 more cuts here. If the piece of fabric you're working with is 140 centimeters and the garment you're making is long, you will always have a problem with the piece at the bottom. You can just sew a piece of fabric or make a frill here. You can also make one side shorter. I think that it's better to attach the missing piece. Think about such details in advance. I'm going to attach a small piece of fabric here. I need to mark the waistline. As I've already said, we must sign the waistline. The side seam is straight. I'm drawing it with a ruler. That's all for today. Next time, I'm going to show you how to flare the back pattern and how to cut the details. Be different and beautiful. My name is Paukshte Irina. Buy my courses, subscribe to my channel, write comments, share the videos, press the like and the bell buttons. I would really appreciate your support. Thank you. Goodbye.